To Sid Solar, then. We have a lot to discuss.
We do. No side quests. I guess we have a few orchestrion roles probably now. Oh, forevermore, we find it in the treasure coffer. That's right. Beautiful song. But as the music, the background music, I might not.
Clive, was it?
Our friends.
Very well.
I probably have it. Probably gonna have a level at least.
Is it night?
Not
Did you
even.
study the tomes? Did you
Oh
learn
my
everything you
gosh.
needed?
Dude, are you serious? I haven't talked to him in forever. There's so many things that happened.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Yes? What? Go on then.
What is I wanna buy stuff. That's what's happening.
Cannot find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
I am doing no such thing. Just chill out. Yeah, I have nothing to sell.
I see I'm busy here.
What's saying for you, dear?
Whoa, I can't do anything with the Really? I can't craft anything with the Ifrit material I got. Okay.
Don't mind me. Just taking a quick break.
We can keep running. Or we can walk through this door.
No, we're walking through the door. Don't you worry. I'm pissed.
This place is getting more crowded by the day.
I tell myself the bustle's a blessing. There'll be time enough for quiet contemplation when I'm dead. So, did you find the answers you were looking for?
I still don't know what to make of this gift, curse, or whatever it is I've been given. But there is one thing I can say for certain. I am a dominant, Ifrit. And there is nothing I can do to change that. It is a burden I must bear until my dying day.
Spoken true. Forgiveness and in turn salvation can only begin with acceptance. It's a path we all must walk, no matter how colourful our histories.
Sid, you once told me that you wanted to build a place where people could die on their own terms.
I did.
I've been thinking about that. Why not a place where people can live on their own terms? For 13 years, killing was all I knew. So obsessed with death that I never stopped to consider the lives of those around me. Lives that I see now were scarcely worth living. Be they bearers or beggars, most march blindly to their end, never realizing that they too deserve a choice. and I dare not turn a blind eye to their suffering any longer.
So, atonement then, is it?
That was the answer we found.
The only one we need.
I'll be expecting you both to pull your weight.
And we will.
Well then, with a sprinkle of fire and ice, this plan of mine might just work.
Oh, dude, the song.
What trouble
Let's
are you looking to
go.
get yourself into now?
The best kind. We're going to sneak into the Imperial capital and pay a visit to Mother.
So we're gonna go to Oriflamme? Oh my god. A nation occupying the southeastern reaches of the continent of Storm with the great city of Oriflamme as its capital. Political power in the empire technically resides with the 5 cardinals, but even they are bound to the whims of the Holy Emperor and those manners of state in which he takes interest. In the year 860, at Emperor Sylvester's behest, the cardinal agreed upon a plan to liberate Rosaria from the marauding forces of the Iron Kingdom, after which the duchy had little choice but to bend the knee and become an imperial province. Yeah, they were freeing us.
And the last of our farmholds and...
Hold on, is that the Emperor? No, it's capital. The capital of the Holy Empire of Sanbrecque, located in the northeastern Storm on the peninsula that dominates Oriflamme Bay, and is home to the mother crystal known as Drake's Head. All the Empire's major institutions are located here, including White Worm Castle, seat of the Holy Emperor and meeting place of the Cardinals.
Eastern provinces has succumbed to the blight.
Without their yield, we will be hard-pressed to fill the capital's granaries before winter.
If there is a capital by then, the black creeps closer as we speak.
And yet you do naught but bawl and bluster.
Oh, is that him?
Your Radiance?
No.
If it is fertile land the Empire acquires, we need but look south.
If you mean the crystalline Dominion's holdings, we are bound by mutual accord. Theirs is a neutral state whose borders we are sworn to respect.
Gentlemen, did we swear to see our people starve?
Well,
Is there now an entry for him? Yeah, there is. Okay. The Crystalline Dominion, a tiny independent state straddling the continents of Storm and Ash. Its capital, Twinside, is built on the tiny isle of Ark, from which its mother crystal's Drake's tail rises. The lack of a dominant has seen the Dominion become the subject of constant maneuvering over the years, both political and military, and it was only through the recent convening of a Council of all the Nations that a non-aggression treaty towards the neutral body was forged, and a tenuous stability amongst centuries-old rivals achieved. So it's kind of like the line that separates Walud from the Empire, I'm assuming. From the Holy Empire, yeah. The little kind of stretch of land. So it's Switzerland, basically. The Council of Elders, advisors to the Holy Emperor of Sanbrecque and the highest body of government in the Empire. The council consists of 5 cardinal and the Gregorian Church, who are intended to rule in the Emperor's stead. The Emperor, meanwhile, is expected to serve as a constitutional monarch, but there is little to prevent one who wishes to impose their will upon the council from playing a more autocratic role. Hey, Canadian Geek, what's up, man? It keeps on keeping on. I mean, true, right? Like, it just goes on forever. I'm great. Thank you so much for asking. I'm good. It's happy Canada Day to you too. It's very warm outside. I don't know about you, but like, I haven't been out, but like Van went out and she came back like drenched. Apparently it's very, very warm. We're supposed to get like a ton of thunderstorms today. Like we had there was like a warning for like severe thunderstorms. There's nothing happening outside. It's like super warm and sunny. I don't even think there's a cloud in the air. It's very, very humid though. Sure. Yep. Sylvester Le Sage, or Le Sage, Emperor of the Holy Empire of Sanbrecque, who won his throne at least partly by virtue of his son Dion having awakened as the dominant of Bahamut. So he might have not been the emperor if not for his son. Interesting.
The gates of Oriflamme buckle at the flood of those come seeking refuge from the blight. If there is not grain enough to feed those within our walls, how, pray tell, will we feed those without? But instead of setting your minds to riddles such as these, you lock horns with an enemy from across the sea, sending our soldiers to the slaughter in their thousands. The Empire bleeds, and you sit here prattling like crones in a tea house. And you fancy yourselves leaders of men. Sanbrecque is naught without her citizens. We are but their servants. If their land is being wrested away, it is our duty to claim new lands for them.
Your Radiance! You cannot mean a war of conquest.
That is exactly what I mean. It is time we expanded our dominion. This is the will of great Grieger.
There will be uproar. Then we must find a way to distract the citizenry.
But how much will that cost? And what of our legions? Shall we raise the furs?
Well, someone will have to contend with the Dalmex.
I will not keep you. You all have much to do.
Damn, it's a pretty place though.
Where is my son?
The Lord Prince is currently garrisoned at the Strait of Arthur. If it please you, I can send word requesting his immediate return to the Holy Capital.
That won't be necessary. Tell him instead to see to his wounds. Bahamut's strength will be needed again soon.
As you command.
I must have misheard. You mean to tell me that the mother crystals are the reason the world is dying? Are you mad?
I have been called that on occasion, but no, not today. We've all seen it firsthand. Empty wastes where once were green meadows. Land drained so dry of its ether, not even the rats remained. But where was it all going? I spent years searching for an answer, until I saw it standing right in front of me. There, in the self-same crystals, we look to for their so-called blessing.
That's what I thought.
Right, listen. Take this crystal. How does it allow us to conjure magics? Answer, by drawing ambient ether from the air. And where do these crystals come from?
That's easy. They're mine from the mother crystals.
They're one and the same. Although admittedly this here fits more easily in the pocket.
But the mother crystals are massive. Some as large as mountains.
So you see the problem. Imagine just how much ether can be drawn by something that size. As to where it's all going, mind, well, I can't know everything, can I?
We are taught that the mother crystals are divine. Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
Who says they didn't? Maybe the truth was inconvenient.
Inconvenient to whom, exactly?
The higher-ups? The gods themselves?
So now you want to do something about the crystals? And what? We're not helping bearers and dominants anymore.
I didn't say that. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm. And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch. Not if we want to create a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of defeats the purpose. So, if we have to bring the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one, what say you? Are you with me?
I suppose it's about time I repaid your faith.
You could have just said aye. But it's nice to have you aboard all the same.
Okay, well, interesting. So that's exactly what my theory was. My theory was that like it acted like a pylon, and like the ether was like super spread out on the land, and it was like funneling towards it, which means that like once it's completely run dry, the places that won't have ether are going to be the reaches, the furthest reaches first, and then eventually the middle part. So yeah, that makes total sense. The life force of the land and the source of all magic. The amount of ether a spell consumes depends on its strength, with those manifesting more potent forces over a wider area coming at a greater cost. Larger crystals can channel more ether than smaller ones, and thus can be used to cast more powerful magics. One might use a small rationed shard to grill a fish, but would require a large municipal crystal to fire a blacksmith's forge. Leader of the hideaway and dominant of Ramu, Warden of Thunder, in his quest to create a world where bearers and dominants can die on their own terms, he unearthed the shocking truth that the mother crystals were the cause of all the consuming blight. He makes a plan to see the mothers fall, that Valisthea and her people might be saved. Good.
What have I got myself into? I'm going to need more than a few potions for this.
If everything we were taught about the mother crystals was a lie, then what else might we have been deceived about?
Everything, I'm sure.
I'll give you two a moment to sort out your kit. It's a long walk to Oriflamme, and I wouldn't want you keeling over on the way.
Makes sense. Okay. Probably a ton of side quests, I would assume. That would be a good time to have like a ton of them. There's two here, but I'm wondering if there's a more like even more later, like outside of here.
Don't mind me. Just taking a quick...
I heard Otto barking at his
Have you come for a tale?
I have.
Now this, I believe you will find most interesting.
He has a revelation. The Continental Accord, an international pact made at the dawn of the present era in which such matters as the treatment of bearers and the establishment of a realm-wide currency were laid out. It formed the basis of much of Valisthian society as it stands today, including the branding of bearers and their status as non-persons. It also put in place a universal calendar marking a symbolic fresh start for mankind, albeit one which put magic users at a crippling disadvantage. The founder. Fear and uncertainty reigned in those early years following the sins of Zemachis. Not wanting to further incur the wrath of the heavens, the few who survived the fall took to wandering lands, spurning magic and staying to the shadows. And so they lived for decades. One man, however, grew tired of this life, if it could be called that, and after bidding his companions farewell, climbed a grassy knoll overlooking a forest of beech and alder. Here, he gathered a pile of rubble and used it to build a humble shelter in which he spent the night. The next morning, however, instead of abandoning his work, as was his people wont, he gathered more rocks, adding to the structure until the shelter had become a shack. This he continued for days, weeks, until the shack had become a home. At first those few wanderers who passed the knoll would shun him, cursing the man under their breaths for his hubris, but as his estate grew and one building became two and two three, the people began to slow their steps, as it was not long before some took to joining him on that knoll, gathering stones, building new lives, new destinies. This they did without magics or machines, without boon or blessing. They relied on naught but their hands, their backs, their wills, and each other, and slowly house gave way to village, village to town, and town to nation. The man would one day die, as all men do, but those who remained continued his legacy, expanding upon it, and though his name was eventually forgotten, his spirit lives on to this day in the hearts of all Rosarians. Very, very cool.
You wish to study the tones?
Okay, so we have a few side quests. But also she's got stuff.
So what God's forsaken corner of the realm is Sid dragging you off to this time?
Oriflamme.
The holy capital. And what business would you lot having? On second thoughts, I don't want to know.
Nothing new. Heat wave cooldown by 2.7 seconds. Cooldown is actually better than damage, I feel like, but whoa, hold on a second. Lionheart tonic? It is said that one's own limit are made to be broken, but that doing so is easier than said than done. Fortunately, there are ways of convincing the mind that such improbable feats are not only possible but readily within reach, this tonic being one of them. Gradually fills the limit gauge for 30 seconds. Ooh.
You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Very interesting.
Speaking of Oriflamme, I hear the trading routes leading south have seen more than double the usual traffic. If you ask me, somewhat foul's brewing, and it ain't as boar-bile tea.
Boar-bile tea?
Just go and see Otto, will ya?
Ew.
Right.
Hey, Nectar is here now. Blur, careful you don't see that breath alight. Upo, set that breath alight. Okay.
I see I'm busy here. What's that for you, dear?
Ah, there it is. Flame tongue. Whoa. Pretty good upgrade, not gonna lie.
No scratches, right?
I'm assuming it cannot be reinforced. No, of course not.
Anything else?
I mean, right now, I'm curious. 4512. I have flame tongue now. Oh, it's beautiful.
Well,
Hold on. I want to compare something really quickly. So the +2 would still not be as good here for either of those. Okay, so regardless of what happens, it's still not good. Good to know. I got a side quest.
He's never this late. I can't help but fear the worst. Where are you, Randall?
Is everything all right?
Forgive me, young man. I was in a world of my own. I'm worried about my friend, you see. He left some time ago and hasn't returned. You know what it's like out there for a bearer on his own.
Why leave the safety of the hideaway?
For coin. Sad though it is, our need outweighs the risk. The hideaway can't survive on goodwill alone. And though Karen does what she can, her coffers aren't bottomless. Wait, you were a soldier, were you not? In the Imperial Army?
I was.
Then I ask a favour of you. I'm too old to be traipsing hither and yon. Will you go and find him for me?
Sure.
I'll do what I can.
Oh, thank you.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Randall, and I suspect you'll find him in Lost Wing. He's been working for Quinton, the tavern keeper. He'll know something, I'm sure.
I'll speak to him.
Safe travels, my friend. And thank you again.
Okay.
Clive, was it?
Take a seat, Clive. So you're really going through with it? Sid's been talking about bringing down a mother crystal since I've known him. But that's all it's ever been. Talk.
He's convinced it's the right thing to do. We'll be leaving for the capital shortly.
Well, you couldn't have picked a better moment. Seems the hiding the Royalists gave him wasn't enough to dampen old Sylvester's spirits. His legions are on the march again. This time, due south.
Another war.
All as the great Grieger wills it. Bloodthirsty little miss, that one. That's God's for you, innit? Still, might work to our advantage on this occasion. Wars breed chaos. On the front lines, and at home. With a fair wind behind them, a handful of like-minded ne'er-do-wells could melt into the back alleys of Oriflamme. No trouble. It's making it to the capital that's the problem.
The checkpoint.
That's right. Anyone travelling in or out of Oriflamme has to go through Northreach. Lucky for you, I might just know of a way.
This?
Well, no, not that. That gets you an audience with the Dame. And it's the Dame who'll see you safely through Northreach. I'll send the Stolas in the morning, let her know you're coming. We go way back, and she's a true friend of the cause. I'm sure you'll get on like a house on fire.
That's good of you, but who is this Dame, and where will I find her?
She's the proud proprietress of Northreach's foremost house of ill repute, the Vale. And she's quite a woman, if you know what I mean.
A woman?
Right. Sure.
Don't go blinding her with your charm now, lad. I'll be expecting a full report when you get back.
Alliant reports unlocked. What is that? Alliant reports are now available for viewing by speaking to Goat at the Alliant report counter in the Hideaway's mess. These reports compiled by the Curse Breakers contain information on quests currently available across Valistia. Oh, nice.
I suppose that's everything. Now to find Gav.
The Dame goes by many titles. including some that would make you blush. But only a trusted few know her real name. Don't worry about finding her. As long as you've got that satchel, she'll find you.
Okay. Okay, what about this? Landlocked Bearer. Let's go.
Oh, you're the new lad, aren't you? Goat at your service. Well, at the hideaway service anyway. Otto's put me in charge of reading through the reports sent in by our allies and picking out any problems that might warrant the attention of the curse breakers. Or any other willing volunteers. And there's no shortage of problems, I can tell you. Or maybe I don't have to. I'll warrant a strapping lad like you's got people begging him for help wherever you go. Anyway, if you're ever interested in taking a look over the list, just say the word.
Sure.
Reckon you could probably tick off the odd thing here and there. They say little acts of kindness are their own reward. But if that ain't enough, these have got proper bounties on them and all.
Oh, so the bounty board.
Me?
I do what Otto tells me. Suppose you could say I'm his right-hand man. He's a hard master, but not nearly as hard as my old one was. When that man beats me bloody and threw me into the streets to die, it was Otto who found me and took me in.
I see it.
I owe him, and so I help him look after the ledgers as well as reading through all of the reports coming in from our allies across the Twins. And if it sounds like someone out there needs our help, I make a note so I can point any willing volunteers in the right direction.
Hey, what'd you say?
Are you willing? There's no surer way of turning Otto's frown a little less frowny.
Anything catch your eye?
Finding new quests. Use Goat's Alliance report to not only find new quests around Valencia, but also travel immediately to the obelisk waypoint near the location. Useful. So right now in Sanbrecque, I have 2 quests, Lost Wings, 2 of them. And in here, in Martha's Rest, I have 1 quest.
Always something.
Very nice. Can I still do it from here also, or no? Yes, I can, and there's even icons now on the map too. Useful, okay, but not super useful since I can already do it without having to talk to him.
You've lost a letter. Nothing too important, I hope.
Not just a letter. I lost everything. There's a hole in my damn pack, and fool that I am, I didn't bloody notice.
It can't be that bad, surely.
How could it be any worse? I'm a courier. I carry things. If I can't do my job right, then what am I good for? Nothing, that's what. I buggered it right up. That means no herbs for the infirmary, and no fresh meat for our cooking pots. Worst of all, that letter I lost? It was for Sid. A letter he's been waiting on for days.
Maybe if you retrace your steps.
Yeah, why not?
Scour Storm from coast to coast if I could, but there are curse breakers in the field, counting on my arrival. No, I'll just have to own up to Otto and Sid. They're gonna skin me alive.
Fine. Tell me where to look.
Are you serious? Thank you.
It sounds like the hideaway could use those supplies. So, where should I start?
Gotan's bales, perhaps? I took a tumble in the bushes when I was passing through. There's a chance my pack might have caught on something. If you can find everything I dropped, you'll be doing us all a favor. And if you can find Sid's letter, you'll be saving my life.
If it's there, I'll find it.
Wonderful. Now, I have to run if I'm to make my next delivery in time. I trust you can find your way to Gotan's bales. Oh, and hurry, will you? Sid doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Sure.
I'm sure he doesn't. The letter won't last very long out in the elements. I should make for Sanbrecque as soon as I can.
Because I can track 3 quests at the same time, so we might as well just do that.
The tavern. It's done for. I've seen your face before. You're a friend of Martha's. Help us, I beg you.
What's up?
Help you with what?
Bandits in the Golden Stables. They're waving their swords around. I think they're gonna kill someone. When I saw what was happening, I slipped out the back. I should have stayed, but... Oh, please help them.
All right. I'll see to your problem.
Thank you.
How many were there?
I was out of the door too fast to count. They looked a nasty bunch, though. Be careful in there, all right?
So they are in the stable. In the inn, like straight up.
They can't get away with this. If people start thinking Martha's gone soft, every bandit in Rosaria will think we're fair game.
Don't you worry about it. I got it.
Ha! Golden Stables, my ass. All Martha's hiding back here is coppers. Oh, that's a fine sword, friend. Heavy, though, I expect. What say we relieve you of it?
You can try.
Get him, lad. I want that blade.
Let's get this over with.
I broke one of your tables though, Martha. I apologize.
I'll be keeping my blade, thank you.
There he is, the hero of the Golden Stables.
People will think twice about pushing us around again, thanks to you. We're lucky you were nearby. No good cowards wouldn't have dared set foot in the place if I'd been here, of course.
But you weren't. I thought you told me you had someone watching the place.
The Blood Axes keep an eye on the tavern, yeah. When they're not busy keeping the peace, that is. I've spread them as thin as they'll go. The Empire might be in charge, but that don't mean they care to keep us safe. If it weren't for the Blood Axes and me, merchants won't come near these lands for fear of what might happen to them.
I see. Then you do Rosaria a great service.
Just as you did today. You're a useful man to have around. Here.
And there'll be a mug of something tasty waiting for you whenever you next stop by.
Oh, nice.
Right, we've got work to do for to make this place presentable. You best be going before I arm you with a mop.
All right.
There he is, the man of the hour. You're the one who saw off the bandits, aren't you? Martha was singing your praises.
Yep.
Takes a brave man to march into danger out of the goodness of his heart. You have my respect.
A Rosarian salute.
Oh, what is it they say? Old habits die hard. I trust you won't be reporting me to the Viceroy. If we'd had a few more like you about, perhaps the Rosfields might still... Listen to me rambling on. Thank you again, and, take care of yourself.
That's cool. It's like an optional dialogue that you can very easily miss if you don't like talk to him.
The courier courier said his pack might have split while he was passing through the bales. I better keep my eyes open. Good. Looks like I'm in the right area. More of the lost supplies.
Easiest quest in the world.
I doubt he could have fit much more in his pack. Still no sign of Sid's letter, though. We've come this far. Might as well ask around.
A little overdressed to be picking grapes, aren't you? Are you here for Master Quentin?
Dude, these grapes look good.
Someone dropped nearby, and I suppose you've seen it.
Can't say I have, sorry.
Well, if you do...
Wait, I did pass a dog with something in its mouth a little while back. Could have been a piece of paper. No idea if it was your letter, but you never know.
Which way did it go?
Towards Lost Wing. Seemed well looked after to me. Dare say someone there's been feeding it.
To the village, then. Thank you.
Okay, well. To the right first, I would assume?
It's looking to be a fine harvest this year.
Oops. Let's go there first.
Back, are ya? Did Master Quentin summon ya?
The shad's all salted and smoked, but it'll be an age before the stink's gone from my skirts.
Okay, here's a dog.
A whole day on the line and they're still not dry.
That is a letter.
It seems we have our culprit. Sorry, boy. Someone's waiting for this. He's waited long enough already. Hopefully this will keep our courier out of trouble.
Yeah, let's pick up that quest. Elaine.
Ah, you're Sid's man, if I'm not mistaken. Couldn't trouble you for some assistance, could I?
I mean, perhaps.
That depends. What do you need?
Some new bearers from Oriflamme just arrived, and it cost Master Quentin a pretty penny to convince their owner to part with them. Man must have been a bloody tyrant. Can't get a peep out of them, try as I might.
They're probably terrified of you.
You're probably right. Dare say it'd take a bearer like yourself to open them up. So, will you have a word with them? Help them settle in?
Sure.
I can try.
That'll do me. Tell them they're safe, and that if they need anything, they just have to ask.
I'll let them know.
Appreciate it. They're sitting over there, taking a long overdue breather, looks like.
So you're the new arrivals. Is there anything I can get you? You're safe here. They don't punish people like us for speaking our minds.
Truly. I'm hungry. My sister too, we're starving.
Wait here. I'll fetch you something from the tavern.
Thank you.
I won't be long. You stay here and rest.
Oh man, this is terrible.
did the grocer know his dog?
Ah, if it isn't Sid's young protege. To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm looking for a bearer called Randall. I hear he's been coming to you for work. He was expected back at the hideaway some time ago. A friend of his asked me to check on him.
Randall, you say? The porter? Yes, I know him. And I can't say I'm surprised if he has been delayed. I gave him enough to do. Though, thinking about it, he should probably have been back by now.
I'll go look for him. Where was he headed?
He was to meet an associate of mine to the south of here, on Lorbert's Pass. I do hope nothing's happened to him. Be sure to let me know, Clive.
I'll have 2 plates of whatever you're serving.
Sorry. We've enough mouths of our own to feed without tending to the wants of outsiders.
It's not for me. It's for some new arrivals.
Oh, my apologies. I didn't see the mark. So you're a comrade. Well, in that case, you may have whatever you require. Take all the bread and wine you want.
That's really all it takes. One look at the innkeeper's mark.
Of course it is. I do as Master Quinton commands, as do we all. And Master Quinton commands that none of his favoured guests be left wanting. Well, don't keep our new comrades waiting. Take what you need and see that they eat their fill.
Okay. Although bread and wine isn't very nutritious. Like, cool, but that's not gonna help much in the long term. They probably need like actual food.
Don't tell me. Turnips for supper.
Brother, did you see?
Yeah. Bread and wine from the tavern.
May we? Truly? Such plenty. Never in all my days.
Brother, this place is like a dream. We sat and no one shouted. We ate and more was offered.
I know. I can't believe it.
You're free now. And the next time you're hungry, you need only ask to be fed.
Thank you for everything. Thank you.
Man, this is tough, dude. Oh my god, man.
What happens to us?
Nothing bad, I promise. Not ever again.
Terrible.
Master Quinton will never forgive me if I don't save that crop.
What up?
I want no trouble. Wait, that's... Oh, glory to Griga. You were the hanged man. I took you for a rogue. If you're a friend of Master Quinton's, then perhaps you'll help me. His vineyard, Lostwing's pride and joy, has been beset by a plague of giant wasps.
And you need someone to solve your pest problem.
I do indeed. I've never seen them so far from the forest, nor so mean for that matter.
Okay.
I suppose the smell's got them worked up. And little wonder. This'll be the finest crop we've ever known if the fiends don't eat it first. I tried chasing them off myself, but they won't flee from the likes of me. And if I don't bring those grapes in for pressing soon, Master Quinton will have my guts for garters. You look like you can handle that blade of yours. Will you put it to use for a comrade in need? Please, rid us of these wasps so I can be about my business.
All right. I'll see to it.
Oh, thank you. You'll find them over at Gotan's Bales on the edge of town. And hurry, Lostwing needs those grapes.
Sure. Plus, like, it's probably just kill like a few. Probably gonna take me like 5 seconds. Okay. There he is.
The hanged man. Thank the gods. You're one of us. We were attacked. Beastmen on the road.
Beastmen?
Randall knew he didn't play the hero, but reckless sod insisted on drawing him off.
Where did this happen?
Further down the road. In the clearing. Please. You have to see that he's safe.
I'll do what I can. You go back to Lostwing and tell Quinton what happened.
Okay. Clearing. Ah, well, there we go.
Goblins. Why am I not surprised?
There we go. Boom. Done. Enemy slain. Ball necklace. Crafting apparently. Oh no, he dead? Oh no.
Sorry, Randall. Looks like I was too late. He doesn't deserve to rot by the roadside. I'll speak to Quentin.
Damn, dude. Let's go backwards and fight the bees. Not the bees. Might as well, because like we're right there too. That way we can teleport back again in town and then turn in like the 2 quests, or at the very least, like, you know, turn in 1 quest and talk to the other to Quentin about the other quest.
That must be the vineyard. A few wasps shouldn't give me too much trouble.
That was easy. Cool.
Looks like that was the last of them. I better let Quentin's man know.
That was super easy. Not really surprised though. I mean, I'm just about what I was expecting, but.
But how did the grocer know his daughter?
Ah, there you are. My man told me what happened. And? I can't help but notice you're alone. Damn it. I feared as much.
He's not far from the south gate. I trust you'll do right by him.
Of course. I'll send someone right away. I knew he was brave, though I didn't know he was reckless. Poor fool.
And you known him long?
A while. I liked the fact that he didn't shy away from dangerous work, and he liked what I paid.
Because it helped keep the hideaway afloat.
I'll tell Sid what happened here. I expect he'll be none too pleased to learn of Randall's fate. And I suppose
I have a giant
you're
thing in my
none
hands.
too happy either.
Hey, Malice South,
For
thank
your
you so much for
trouble.
the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, another side quest done. Pretty good. Bunch of crafting mats. Wait, nope. Still have an NPC to talk to.
Can I have another cup,
Wait.
Teddy?
This way.
Sun's setting fast.
What are some of your favorite JRPGs? Dude, a bunch. I mean, let's talk about the ones I played recently. Really enjoyed when I played what I played of Tales of Arise. Big fan of the Final Fantasy games, mostly FF10, FF12. I recently played Xenoblade 1, Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and really liked it. What else? Persona 3. Persona 3 is one of my favorite JRPGs. What else? What do I have? Oh, Kingdom Hearts. I love Kingdom Hearts. What else? I just think like I'm looking at like the games that I have like room. I mean, they're like rapidly. There's too many to count. Like what about yours? Like I have so many great games. It's hard for me to kind of figure out which one I prefer. Almost, I just like all of them. I did play Nier Automata was great. Although I never finished it, but it's fantastic. It's really good. Yeah, there's so many.
Those wasps won't be interfering with your harvest anymore.
Oh, thank.
But yeah, what about yours? And also, have you played FF16 yet? And if so, what do you think about it? And if you haven't played it yet, what do you like? Do you think you're gonna pick it up? The Dame, an ally of Cid's cause, will make her home in Northreach. It was she who informed the hideaway of the redeployment of the Sanbrecque legions following their chastening by Walud at Belenus Tor, and it is she who will secure Clive's passage through the Northreach checkpoint. Okay. Wait. There's new stuff here too. Though the people of Valistia rely on the crystal mine from these mountains in their everyday lives and flock to the ether-rich lands around them in pursuit of their blessings, Cid posits that it is in fact the mother crystals and their ability to draw ether from the earth that is the reason for the Deadlands advance. The few will learn the truth are hunted down by those in position of powers, those whose powers rests on their control of this crucial resource, which is so dumb because eventually they will be screwed.
Thank you. Master Quinton would have had my head if I'd lost the crop. I'd say you've earned a reward. Our Gotand Rouge fetches a handsome price among the rich and powerful of the realm. We use that money to keep our comrades fed and imperial wolves from our door. The vineyards were Master Quinton's idea. He wanted to give bearers a place to work, a place where they'd be safe.
Well, he certainly seems to have done that here. I'm glad I could help.
I'll see that he hears of your kindness. And once this vintage is ripe for drinking, there'll be a glass or two raised in your honor.
I haven't had a really good glass of like red wine in so long. It'd be so good right now. Oh, nice. Black blood. Okay, so that's like what, 600 gil or so? I think it's 600. I think we're done. Yeah. So wait, hold on. Are we done period? I think so. We are. Go back to the hideaway. Yeah, we just have to turn in one of the side quests and then we're done.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Maybe I should just own it. There you are. I just got back to the hideaway and thankfully Otto hasn't seen me yet. I don't suppose you,
Oh, yes.
On the things you dropped. I did.
On all of them.
I'm so sure they'd be gone. And the letter?
Also, have
Only
it.
a little worse for wear.
Yep.
No more skulking about in the shadows for me then. And all thanks to you. Losing those supplies is one thing, but if Cid had found out about that letter...
Is it about Cursebreaker business?
If only. It's from his daughter.
Wait, he's got a daughter?
She's off studying in Canver, and her letters are all that keeps Cid sane while she's away.
You never mentioned a daughter.
Oh, he's a busy man. And thanks to you, he won't be wasting his time smiting careless couriers with levin boats. So I'd say you did us both a service. Here, for your troubles. If there's anything you're wanting from Cid, today's the day. He'll be sweet as honey once he gets his hands on this.
Very cool.
Wanted to send a message.
Yeah, I think.
Well, 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 someone's in a hurry.
Just following orders.
Funny, I never took you for the type.
Can't all be as obedient as you, Gav.
Eh?
Fine day for a little mischief, wouldn't you say?
Sure. Just don't go dying there, Sid, though.
Actually, Gav won't be coming.
Just the three of us, then?
Drake said is the keystone of the Empire. Oriflamme's in chaos, yes, but that doesn't mean we can march an army through her gates. The fewer our numbers, the better our chances of going unnoticed.
Also, we are 3 dominants, so we can defend ourselves better probably than just Gav.
And should that plan fail, well, we have our icons to fall back on.
Sid, I don't know if I can. Ifrit still seems to come and go as he pleases.
Ordinarily, priming an icon comes naturally to a dominance. But then, you are no ordinary dominance.
Well, he's still got the blessing of the Phoenix, doesn't he?
Not to mention what he sucked out of Garuda. And did I ever tell you about how he was once the greatest shield in Rosaria? You know, I reckon he could probably cut us a path out of the capital on his own if need be.
Let's try not to find out.
We're less likely to be spotted if we travel separately. I'll meet you in Northreach in a few days.
In a few days?
You two behave now.
Probably because it takes so long to get there. I'm so used to teleporting around.